If on the subway my head accidentally touched yours, on that merciless ride every evening back to my cold bachelor apartment, perhaps you would look for my shy eyes hidden under the cap and think, is this the man who empties a pocket of silence into my voicemail a few times every day? In the crowded train, nobody would notice me caressing a strand of your hair that insolently smells of my pillow. Nobody but you. Perhaps for a moment you would think that the world is full of lonely people, including the one who has been sending unsigned Christmas cards for years. If I lean on you tenderly in that packed train full of tired or sleepy people, perhaps you would feel the fire in my skin and wish to warm yourself one step longer on the shoulder of the shy weirdo whose words remind you of something you have forgotten, thinking the world is full of cold people with melt in their bosoms who fear touch might melt their eyes. I could have touched your hand if you hadn't got off at the stop where you never get off. I only needed a moment to show you your earring, alive in my pocket of all these years, the same one I found in my bed so long ago, before you forgot me. But who knows if you would recognize it at all? You would think the world is full of lonely people and lost earrings.
The war is over, my love. The war is over, I guess. At least that's what the morning paper says. On the front page, there is a picture of a factory that until yesterday produced only flags. It is starting to make pajamas today. On the next page, there is a report on the posthumous awarding of medals, and then there are crossword puzzles and national lottery results in which they regret to inform that this month again nobody won the grand prize. Pharmacists work all night again. Radio plays the good old hits, and it seems as if there never was a war. I enter an old clothing shop, and on the hangers I recognize my neighbors. There, Ivan's coat. We use the lining for bandages. Look, Hassan's shoes. Shoelaces are missing. And Jovan's pants. The belt is gone. But where are the people? I run along the main street to look at myself in the shop windows, but the shop windows are smashed, and there are only naked mannequins that will wear new pajamas tomorrow, according to the morning paper. Then I run into our apartment and look at myself in the glass of your picture on the wall, and I don't care if I'm not the same anymore, the one who cried when they were taking you away. You told me you would come back, my love, when the war is finally over. The war is over, at least according to the morning paper. My accent. I love my accent. I love that wild sea which attacks my weak tongue. It doesn't reside in the morning radio news as much as in the rustle of the job offer flyers stapled to the street poles. In my accent you can find my past, the different me who still talks with imagined fishes in a glass of water. My grandfather was a fisherman, and I grew up on a dock waiting for him to come back. He built a gigantic aquarium when I was born, and every time he brought a fish, he named it immediately by some word I had to learn, until the next came, next came, next came. I remember the first two were called I am, and after that the beauty of language came to me through the shining scales. I learned watching the aquarium and recognizing the words by the silent colors. After returning home, My grandfather would spend whole nights making sentences by combining the fishes who would pass each other. It's how I learned to speak. I left the house the day when my grandfather went fishing for a blackfish he was missing and never came back. Now, I'm sitting in the middle of my empty room, as in an aquarium, and talking with the ghost of the fishes I used to recognize by words, talking with the shadows floating over the flyers ripped off street balls. I love my accent, I repeat and repeat again, just not to ask myself, who am I now? Am I real? Or just the blackfish my grandfather failed to catch?